defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Name existed forever, means victory, helper. Whole name means protector. Shorten it by 2 letters, without the IR at the end. The reincarnated Gil Scott, living in the again. The World Cup in Moscow, with a blonde who's a 10. Pen when I speak is like a lottery win. Quote my total, multi-mogul. So fly out to walk in any spot.
The folks here in Florida definitely used to this. Rain in the forecast as we join you from Everbank Stadium here in the city of Jacksonville. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Corum. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Wilson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Left side, he finds Pierce. They crossover out of bounds right at the 25. 14 yards that time for number 14. Corum now on 1st and 10. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd down at the Jaguars' 23-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Complete to Shorter. And he takes a shot at the end of that play. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone to the first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached.
N'Keal Harry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 23. On the ground, here's a 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
30 left. Go, let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Jaguars at 500 at 6-6. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Lion. Hey, I'm gunning. Son, think right open.
Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. You look at this Colt defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Deontay Hardy back deep. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it.
The Colts take over 1st down 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice and meetings talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Well, this defense for the Jags, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 69 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team is rebounding.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one up to around the 33.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Here we go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. From the gun, it's Wilson. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board for a CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Running left, Corum. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Again, it's Corum. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Here's Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 9 there, sets up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. N'Keal Harry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. And now it's blocked. And the Jags get it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I need your help on this one. We just saw an extra point blocked. Do you think the rain had anything to do with it getting blocked?
Everything goes a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, the snap and the hold, they look good.
Yeah, and most of the time, I love when you bring that up about it getting slower. It's deliberate when it gets slower, right? Because you have to go through it a little bit more. You want to be just a little bit more careful catching the ball, putting it down, and giving him a chance to kick it.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
let's go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good. Jacksonville, 1st and 10 at the 30.
ETN up the middle. A strong running. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. Open man downfield is Johnson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. JT Tuimoloau. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Little for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, Barbara, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2nd and 10. They run straight ahead with Corum. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup at 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
16 yards. And the Colts first down.
They go play action with Wilson. Got a man, that's shorter. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. There wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you. And you can use your body to create some space.
Ready up.
Wilson. He's caught. Michael Pittman with it. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
Corum not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now it's Wilson. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Cade York on now for the field goal. York able to send this one through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how.
This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Hey, run! Run! Go, go!
Now Lawrence. this is going to be intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest in first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Now Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Sink right. Rip, 23. 30 left. 11. Agate.
Here's Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Bobby Brown picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. The toss here completed to Pittman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle. Here's Corum. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Corum. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
First down.
They go play action now. Wilson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. He's got his target. It's caught for a close touchdown.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to stretch out their lead.
Cade York on 40 extra
Well,
points.
partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
37-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Lawrence will throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Lawrence. And Thomas has it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. Final minute now of the third quarter. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
At the 47-yard line.
On the handoff, Corum. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. to Corum on first down. Down to about the 45.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down. Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run once more with Corum. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 81 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
And the Colts first down.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now Wilson. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs from 17 yards out. And the Colts extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point by York is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He stiff arms him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistake. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Hey, Silver.
On play action, Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. JT Tuimoloau able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Easy. 11. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Well, that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
We're at 23, 11,
Here we go, gotta have it. Lawrence. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Out of the gun, they give it to Corum. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now a handoff for Corum. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On the give, it's Corum. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his right. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. The Colts send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. They'll run with Corum to begin the drive. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On the ground, this is Corum.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Line of scrimmage.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Colts, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6